Jaxon Richardson, brother of Jace Richardson, five-star in the class of 2026, who has risen up to sixth overall in that class per ESPN's rankings. Jackson told Sam Kaiser on Twitter at 24/7 High School Hoops that he is hearing the most from 10 schools. The 10 schools that Jaxon Richardson says he is hearing the most from are Louisville, Michigan, Miami, Creighton, Villanova, Alabama, USC, Seton Hall, Cincinnati, and Ole Miss. It is a very interesting list for a kid ranked sixth in the class of the ESPN Top 100, whose brother is Jace Richardson, lottery pick, whose father is Jason Richardson, lottery pick. This is a weird list to me. What does it mean?
Did you see that you see the recent on three rankings that came out in 2026?
No.
Jackson fell. Jackson fell a lot.
To where?
Like 30th, 32nd, I think.
What?
Yeah, and I'm not even saying that I think that's too low for him, to be honest with you. But I will say that Jackson, like his physical gifts are insane, and I think he's going to be an insane player. I do think there is a little bit more development that can happen with this game, but obviously, like given like he has a whole year of high school basketball left. He still has a whole summer of AAU basketball left, and even at the player he is right now, like I'm trying to see how I want to put this. This is like the worst version of Jackson Richardson, and that version is really nasty and good. Like he's gonna get so much better. You're gonna bet on the pedigree. Like we saw what happened. There is a little bit of pedigree involved with this, like you mentioned with Jace and his father Jason. Um, I will say this: like looking at this list, I see Louisville, I see Michigan, I see Bama, I see those teams on here. That makes a lot of sense to me. Miami, there's ties there. His high school coach from Columbus, I think, just took an assistant job at Miami. That's kind of where the boozer smoke came from. So I would look at them very heavily, I think, in this. But I want to know how, Seton Hall and the Cincinnatis of the world managed to sneak their way onto this.
Why does Michigan make sense? Like
Honestly,
I can't believe Michigan thinks they can win this recruitment, and I'm ecstatic that they're trying. But
I'm thinking it's the Florida ties.
really, do we think Dusty has pull in that state like that?
Yeah, I do.
I think it's with like the underrated kids, but not. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Jace didn't seriously consider Michigan.
Was Michigan recruiting Chase?
I guess it was pre Dusty. So,
Yeah, I mean,
but Jawan had state of Florida ties too.
yeah, he did.
I'm just like look, call what it is. Sometimes there's recruitments you're not going to win. And to me, that's what this list screams. It's a very baffling list because I think Jackson Richardson rocks. I think by all accounts, I don't care where on three dropped him to. Just eye test wise, he's a more impressive prospect than Jace was. He's been the higher rated prospect of the two. Like, given how Jace was so much better than expected, I don't know how you're not like lining up trying to get this kid. I don't mean you as in Michigan State. I mean everybody. Why isn't Duke doing this? Why isn't North Carolina doing this? Why isn't Kansas doing this? If this list, I mean, the biggest program on this list is Villanova, Alabama, and Louisville, and I guess Michigan if you want to put them in. That's not indicative of this kid's pedigree to me at all. So to me, it tells me a couple things. Number one, maybe there is some substance to his hip dropping a little bit, like on three. But number two, more importantly, I think the biggest programs are all kind of side eyeing this the way I am, being skeptical that this is a winnable recruitment. Like, does Duke really want to waste their time on this kid if he's not going to go there? Like, no, I don't. I don't think so. Otherwise, I think those schools would be involved. This video is brought to you by NBA2K Lab.com. 2K Lab worked with us last summer as well. They're one of our favorite entities in all of sports gaming. We want to show you their college basketball stadium locator challenge game. And I'm going to share a screen right now as we do this. South Carolina, bang. Oh,
Ooh,
okay, that's pretty good. Next, North Carolina. Why are we only getting the Carolinas?
please
Bang.
lock in.
St. John's, that's New
New
York.
York.
Bang.
Where's New Jersey?
We're on fire. Colorado. I actually don't know what state Colorado is.
It's it's in Colorado. There's a state of
Is that
Colorado.
this one?
It's to the right of Phoenix.
Anyway, you get the picture. This game's really fun. They've got more games as well, like Guess the NBA Player, Mystery Fantasy Draft, and more. Stay tuned for all of the college football content and games that they'll be putting together to help you get the best experience out of college football 26. Back to the video. To me, that might indicate maybe there's a destination of choice here, and there always has been.
Yeah, I mean, there's been like reported things, more so not the reported things, more so like rumors that like the Richardson family, Jackson Richardson is very upfront with like where he wants to go, what he wants to do, and has no problem like being like this. I'm just really not interested. Um, so like I maybe coaches are taking that to heart as far as like is it worth it to try to recruit, someone who doesn't really have an interest in your school.
It feels like it should be Miami given the coach that they hired. And if
Yeah,
it's not Miami, it feels like it's always been Alabama.
yeah. I think Miami, obviously the coaching thing, I think makes sense there. And then Bama, just I think Jackson Richardson's style would fit perfectly with Bama. Like it's I think his jumper has a ways to go, but like put him on the wing for Alabama, I think you have a star player.
So, okay, last note for me on this, and we have had this exact conversation probably 5 times already, what I'm about to ask. But going back to it. The idea that Michigan State is not recruiting him, I've largely accepted, and I accept the premise that Michigan State fans have fed me, which was if he was at all interested, we would be. I get that. You're right. He's blunt. The family's just been like, we're not doing this. Don't even waste your time. Fine. I could have accepted that a lot easier when the list was just Louisville and Michigan. Dog, Seton Hall is a school he's saying he's considering that's prioritizing him. Cincinnati. How is it acceptable that Michigan State is just like, yeah, we're not trying? But Jaxon Richardson says Seton Hall's got a chance. Like, as a Michigan State fan, are you really okay with that?
I mean, I've never been okay with the fact that they're not recruiting him. I don't even care if he like to be quite frank, like I don't care if he says I think I could convince him.
I just don't get it. Like it would be one thing if it was just like there's clear connections with Alabama and Miami, whatever. But like this kid is listing Seton Hall as if it's a serious option.
Is
That
it?
makes that's such a bad look optically, even if he's told you privately, yeah, don't call me. You
You think
know?
it is? You think it is a serious option?
I don't know. Which if it's not a serious option, this tells me something about Jackson. But like it would just be so off brand for him and the family, right? Jace was such a great kid, great teammate, unselfish, smart, all the positive things you could possibly say about a player, Jace was. The family is great. There's never been an issue with Jason. So like I can't imagine Jackson is like a problematic kid here or like someone who's just stupid and doing dumb things. But like I cannot process why Jackson Richardson would be interested in Seton Hall, but not Michigan State.
Yeah.
Makes no sense to me.
Yeah, no, I can't give you a reason. That makes no sense.
It's crazy. So, all right, where's he going?
I think I think he's going to, I would say Miami.
I think it's Miami or Bama, but
Yeah.
should be Miami if they can close the recruitment.